And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to a brand new tournament. Welcome back to the very first edition of the WardiTV Mondays. I'm, of course, your ZvP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in the chat as well. Welcome, one and all, to your weekly replacement tournament for the ESL Open Cup Asia, for the Korean Open Cup. Welcome to the WardiTV Monday. Good to be here, good to be back. And we already have our first series. We have our first matchup. We are jumping into our ZvP. Whew. I got scared for a second there. We're jumping into our ZvP and there we go. The Multi guy is here and spawning in the top right hand corner of Alkyone. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Gaiman Gladiators. It is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Teal Protoss, representing himself, calling teamless. It is LunaSea. I did notice some of those frame drops in game, and I will get on top of that un momento. But welcome one and all. Again, we've been hosting many a replacement tournament over the past couple of days, or even the past week. We have Wardi, of course, stepping up for the Asia weeklies. We've had ourselves stepping up for the Americas weeklies. We had Steadfast Kalaris and Rotterdam stepping up for the European weeklies, and we have an Ursasaurus Cup tomorrow as well. So it's been a very intense couple of days. It's been a very intense weekend of StarCraft, and the intensity does not end. This is the second cast of the day. Earlier today, we were live with the Tenacious Turtle Tussle. That was 12 hours ago. 12 hours ago, we were live with our own weekly tournament, and now we are back, and we are cannon rushing. Let's go. Forge expand into some pylons, into a cannon rush here at the triangular third base. We'll see if LunaSea can shut this down. Is looking to do so, and for the time being, SHIN is in the dark. SHIN has no idea. SHIN, his overlords are scouting across the map. They're checking across the map. They're not back at home to actually get a read on what's going on, which means the cannons will get up and running undetected. Will be undetected. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. Cannons are on the way, and SHIN, I mean, the ideal here is to force or is to get a kill on the natural base. Bearing in mind, the LunaSea went for a Forge expand into a gateway, is expanding back at home, is transitioning. This is not an all-in. This is just designed to get LunaSea ahead in the economy. Here we go. Pylon book at the natural. SHIN pulling some boys is going to be stuck on a one-base economy as both cannons have completed. The hatchery is under fire. Queens are amassing. Lings are amassing as well. But alas, I believe this hatchery is a lost cause. Also, before I forget, you know what it is. Get your gamba going. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. SHIN is the favorite player as he's double expanded to try to catch up. The hatchery will fall, but is double expanded to make up for that? Can SHIN recover from a devastating position? Can he oh my god. Can he recover from losing a hatchery this early on? Lings are moving out across the map, but back at home we have a wall. We have a probe in position. We have a cannon on the way that's going to finish up in a couple of seconds. LunaSea is ready, even fully walls off as well. The pylon is exposed, and LunaSea may have to cancel, but there we go. The cannon is now done. LunaSea can cancel the pylon and is secure. Meanwhile, across the map, the hatchery was killed. For 2 cannons and a pylon, well worth it for LunaSea. Bearing in mind, it wasn't just a killed hatchery, but a very delayed natural base. The 2 expansions are still on the way, but again, they catch up, double expand. It's going to be a double expand for SHIN. Queen is waddling out. Likewise, SHIN attempting to chase down that initial scouting probe will be able to do so. LunaSea is in the dark, checking LunaSea's vision. LunaSea has not yet confirmed the double expand, is still in the dark, and that means that something like a 2-base all-in is still on the table, at least in the mind of LunaSea. So LunaSea has a little bit of uncertainty about him, and there we go. Throws in a shield battery just to be safe. Safety, shield battery, or safety, sorry, 2 shield batteries. And it is going to be a Stargate follow-up, most likely into Void Ray, potentially into Oracle. They both have their place. Void Ray is a safer way to play. Oracle is to scatter across the map to get a read on what's going on. See what it's going to be. Based on, I was going to say based on the trajectory here of the initial units, it could be a Void Ray, but it could also just be a high ground vision here for the Stalkers. So there are options for LunaSea. Meanwhile, back at home, SHIN droning up. SHIN, he's droning as hard as he can, did double expand. LunaSea even making a Zealot here just in case, and there we go, we have our answer. It is in fact going to be the Void Ray. With the help of the Void Ray, we're going to be able to hunt down Overlords, not just one. There's a second Overlord here on the right hand side that could potentially be going down as well. And this is all to keep LunaSea safe and secure. Meanwhile, Shin is amassing a handful of lings just to be safe himself. Evo Chambers on the way. That'll be for +1. Still just joining up. Saturating his third. And LunaSea has yet to take in any other direction yet. This could just be Void Ray into, I was going to say Void Ray into a third base, or it could be into a second Stargate. And there it is. It's going to be a Fleet Beacon. We are rushing into Tempest or Carrier. Both are viable, both have their place, and both are legitimate options here for LunaSea. Oh boy. Third base being taken. LunaSea expanding, settling on in, bearing in mind that Shin is in the dark. Shin has not yet scattered what's going on, does have an Overlord poison diving into the main, but the Void Ray does come in, does find the Overlord and will hunt it down. Both Overlords do fall. Shin has yet to take into Lair, is still on hatch tech, so no Overseer either. Shin is in the dark, Shin has no idea what's going on. Has to try and piece it together, does get a nice surround though. We'll get on top of the Stalker, but the Void Ray has arrived. With the help of the Void Ray, Lings have to back off. They try to find a way into the natural, but again, there is a full wall off there as well. LunaSea is holding, and we have the answer, Tempest. It's going to be double starport. It's going to be a Tempest rush here for LunaSea. Now, this most likely is going to be Tempest into a ground-based army. You can try and go pure Sky Toss. That is a thing, but it's a little bit out of date, a little bit old-fashioned. I'm expecting Tempest into a Twilight Council, into a Gateway Explosion. So, speaking of, yeah, there we go. Twilight Council, Forge, Gateways on the way. So it's going to be initially up to 4, maybe 6 Tempests at most, but most likely 4 Tempests, and then into Ground Toss. Meanwhile, the Tempests are scouted. Yeah, big moment here for Shin. Very, very fortunate that, well, I mean, shout out to Shin for being active with those Lings. Does scout, does confirm, Lair is almost done. Queens are amassing, Spores are already finishing up as well. And how many Queens does Shin have? 6. 6 Queens to defend, but some very nice creep. The creep is looking solid. The Tempest venturing far into creep. And the Queens will shut it down. Behind the Spires on the way. First Tempest has to back off. You can definitely argue that maybe this Tempest was premature. The Tempest alone doesn't really achieve much, and Shin is already responding. Lings for looking for another way in. Oh my god! That is not what I was expecting. Shin going for a massive Bane Bust even. Okay. That's 20 Banelings on the way. Meanwhile, the Tempest, they rotate. Now we're up to 3 Tempest. That's a lot of Tempest. Making our way towards the right-hand side. Queen's trying to keep up. Spire's halfway done. Spire needs more time. And the Banelings, can they get into the mineral line? They do split up. Oh no! Oh my god! Oh, massive connections. 18 workers go down. And the base itself, meanwhile, Tempest, they respond. They race back home. Yeah, Tempest out of position. And what's important is that this counterattack brings the army back home. These Tempests, they could have thrown the main. They could have killed the main base. They could have done so much damage, as the Spire is still not done. But the Tempests are forced to race back home because of the Ling Bane counterattack. As Shin is just buying himself time for that anti-air. Going for the 4th as well. Droning up heavily behind this. We'll back off, we'll pivot away, and there it is. +1 air attack, Spire has completed, and now Corruptors are on the way. Now suddenly, these Tempests aren't really threatening. Suddenly the Tempests, they can't really do much anymore. I mean, they have some Void Rays to support, to be fair, so they're going to be able to sustain themselves. They're going to be safe against a Corruptor dive, but they can't really move out. So LunaSea is now stuck at home. The window where the Tempests were effective has closed, and LunaSea has to turtle from here. Taking up into a Temple Archives, working towards oh god. Double Temple Archives, working towards Archons, working towards Storm. Again, working on a ground-based army. At least trying to, but losing the expansion, losing a mineral line, winding it back. That was 20 probes going down. That's a lot to recover from here for LunaSea. Is taking another expansion, is going for a 4th. Meanwhile, Corruptors hunting for any stray unit. Looking for a way in. Lings, they hit the 4th. They're going to force a cancel. Yeah, there's no saving this. No, with +1 made. That's a kill. No, that's a kill and a cancel. The expansion does go down. Not like this. Once again, Shin looking for any stray Tempest. Oh, does find them, but won't quite catch them. There's an Archon and Void Rays. Shin will respect this position. Rotating around. Could try to dive into the main. Could even try to snipe some of these tech structures, actually. Yeah, the Corruptors have potential. Bearing in mind there's no blink. is no blink. The anti-air army here of LunaSea is quite immobile. And here we go, the Corruptors, they do go for the main. See, this is why you get 2 Temple Archives, but we're going for both! The double snipe! I was gonna say the big brain plays, he got 2 because he knew one would be sniped, but alas, both of them will go down. Smurge does snipe both in the end. Shin, he was ready for the double Temple Archives. He knew, but he knew. That's why he has so many Corruptors. For the double snipe. Shin, he's so smart. Let's go. Behind this, getting a 4th, getting a 5th base as well. Shin up to 84 workers. A solid economy now for Shin, as he's focusing on Corruptorling main. No further tech yet here for Shin. He has yet to go into a Hydra Den or a Roach Warren or an Ultra Cavern. Speaking of, there it is, Ultra Cavern now on the way, and that's going to be a secure way to get on top of this High Templar, get on top of the Grand Army. As LunaSea is still turtling up, just now getting a 4th up and running, has of course the Restricting Gas Geyser. Corruptors still looking for a snipe. Now that the Hive is done, of course, we can get Vipers, and there they are, 3 Vipers on the way. They can abduct the Tempest, they can Parasite Bomb the Void Rays, they can pick away at this army. And LunaSea is he still has yet to stabilize, still has yet to really build up a threatening force. It's not there. Gets a Corruptor here and there, which is nice. Lings, they check once again for an expansion. Adrenals on the way. Of course, Shin most likely just waiting for those Vipers to gather energy. Oh, upgrades on the way for the Ultra Cavern. Is on the way. And Shin is getting ready for the dive. He's maxed out. Lings, they arrive once again, going for the expansion. Good position with the Zealots. But there's no expanding here. So, nah, it's not gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen. Here we go. We're hunting for those Tempests or any kind of Skytoss unit. Mothership has arrived. Oh, we get a yoink. We get a Void Ray. Oh, not ideal. Not what we were looking for, but a snipe nonetheless. Void Ray goes down. You see the Corruptors that take 1 Archon volley to the face. Does do a lot of damage. A couple of Archon volleys. So this is still a fragile army considering the amount of Archons there are. But still a very necessary army. Ultras soon to arrive. Kindness plating is done in a couple of seconds. She needs to buy a little bit more time. Doesn't want to go in too soon. 10 more seconds. He's going for it. He commits. He goes for the dive. Bailey's, they rush into the Gateway army. Ooh, they crash into the High Templar. And most times, every High Templar goes down. We go for the yoink on the Mothership. Mothership barely does not go down, but the Tempest do. Yeah, the Tempest, they fall one after the other. Massive pickoffs. The Skytoss army does crumble. Panic recall of the probes won't quite get them out. Not like this. And even though the ground army survives, to what end? It's a handful of Stalkers, it's 1 Archon. Not like this. Shin has to back off, he has to rebuild his ground army, and he can do that again and again. Bearing in mind his economy is terrifying. There is some side defense to save the 4th, but Lings, they can flood in, they get a surround on every single cannon. The shield batteries as well. LunaSea out of position. And Shin is just pulling him apart. Again, LunaSea had a pretty good start to the game, but alas, the Tempest follow-up was lackluster. LunaSea lost his 3rd. The Tempest didn't get any damage early on. It just wasn't worth it in the end. And now Shin is going to knock down the 4th base once again. +3 melee is done. Bailey's rolling in. A storm was researched. I was curious. Just never really got to see it. Yeah, and this Stalker army just crumbles before the might of all these Ultras. And GG gets called. Shin will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Let's go. GG, well played. Shin will take the first game. We'll take a lead in the series. Whew. But yeah, that was a bit of a back and forth. Again, LunaSea did start off with a very successful cannon rush, getting a kill in the expansion, delaying the natural, delaying the third base, delaying the economy of SHIN, but SHIN was able to bounce back, was able to scout, confirm the Tempest. Likewise, once he was able to recognize what was going on, did shut the Tempest down, and had a great job at just counterattacking and just rendering those Tempests inert. They just weren't able to achieve anything really, and with that, GG. GG, well played. We are now getting into game numero dos. Also, what I should mention, I mean, makes sense with the name of the events. Shout out to Wardi. Wardi, of course, is covering his own matches, is live on his own channel. Also going to be bringing you the event over. And then, of course, shout out to Wardi as well for hosting the event, for funding the event. The WardiTV Monday would not be a thing without Wardi. It would just be Monday. And it would be without StarCraft. Here we go. We're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the red Zerg player. Representing Gaiman Gladiators from South Korea, it is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Teal Protoss, representing himself, currently teamless, it is LunaSea. Just catching up in the chat. They can take our land, they can take our property, but they'll never take our StarCraft. Never take it away. It's ours, man. It's our game. This game is like a cockroach. It takes more than ESL pulling out to kill it. Exactly. Pulling out sometimes is not enough. It's not enough. We're still in. Oh god. Jesus. As SHIN is going for, once again, hatch first. Forsake the unnatural natural. This time LunaSea going for a gateway first though. There's no forge, there's no earlier forge timing here, there's no earlier cannon rush. Not this time for LunaSea. So we're settling into Oceanborn. It's like cannon rushing, just cause it's degenerate doesn't make it, doesn't mean it doesn't have its place. Yo, Setsuna, just foreseeing the future of the cannon rush. I don't know. Oh my god. Crazy. We go. Yeah, I feel like when you build 2 temple archives and they both get sniped, that is a proper Smoge moment. Definitely. You make the backup and the backup goes down as well. See, really the meta should be you have to make a backup for the backup and then maybe another backup as well. You know, give us the quadruple temple archive build. That's how you do it. Oh god. I believe in LunaSea. I believe. 11 hours later, I'm back. Yeah, we're back. Back-to-back tournaments. I did have a nap. I napped for like 2 hours. Had a 2-hour nap, and then we're back. We're jumping back into the casting couch. We're never leaving. There's, of course, another event in another 12 hours. For those who don't know, the Orsisaurus Cup is in 12 hours time, so we're gonna cover this event, gonna get some rest, and then wake up and do it all again. Ooh, meanwhile, we have our tech of choice. Gonna be a Twilight Council opener out of LunaSea. Okay. A bit of a more aggressive start here. Going for the Twilight Council. This could be a Dark Shrine opener, could be Glaive of Depths. For the time being, we have yet to pull out though. We have not pulled out of Gas Geysers. So I imagine it's gonna be a Dark Shrine being thrown down instead. We'll keep an eye on LunaSea. Definitely gets across the map. There is no pullouts. Gateways are finishing up and show us that. Oh no, it is Glaives. Glaives without pulling out a gas tells us that this could be either 6-gate Glaive Adepts or it could be 4-gate Glaives plus a Dark Shrine as well. You typically do not mine this much gas without good reason. Okay. Here we go. As actually it's 3 gates. Okay. You have my attention. 3-gate Glaives initially. I'm curious what comes next. Okay. I was gonna say it's gonna be either a Dark Shrine or a Robotics Bay is a Dark Shrine. So again, usually if you stay in, it's for additional, gas investment with either extra gateways or Dark Shrines. So it's gonna be Glaives plus DTs for LunaSea. Here we go. you're a Protoss player, you're asking yourself, do I go DTs this game or do I go Glaives? ¿Por qué no los dos, man? ¿Por qué no los dos? Meanwhile, SHIN coming in with the Overlord Scout. We'll get eyes on the Robo, is fully aware of the non-Stargate opener now. And we'll go a little bit further. We'll get eyes on everything. SHIN with the scouts. He scouts the Twilight Council and the Dark Shrine as well. SHIN, he sees all, he knows all. He even sees the Twilight Council researching as well. Roaches are amassing back at home. The Roach Warren is already done. The initial adepts have arrived. But SHIN is ready. Spores are being thrown down as we speak as well. LunaSea does go for the split, but Lings do go for the chase. They chase down the adepts. The adepts are going to be shut down. They get two drones for two adepts. Not worth it. Not worth it yet for LunaSea. Meanwhile, the Dark Shrine is done. Dark Templar warping in. But there is a spore in every mineral line. Once again, two adepts for two more drones. Still less than ideal. LunaSea distracting the main army. DTs being dropped into the mineral lines. But there are Lings in position. Spore as well. The Prism is spotted. And SHIN will chase. And this opener from LunaSea just hasn't done enough. It's been trading 1-to-1 for adepts and drones. Yeah, the Prism is zoned away. Back at home, LunaSea building up more adepts. Breaking out as he was locked in. And this should be a 2-base all-in at this point. Yeah, there we go. We have a gateway explosion. It's going to be 6 gateways on 2 bases. We have immortal production. We have adepts. LunaSea should be building up to move out across the map. There is a probe to expand, that is true. But oh my god, that's even more gateways. Jesus. That is going to be an 8-gate 2-base all-in. This pylon is here as a fake out. Basically, the probe moved out to make it look like LunaSea was expanding. There is no expansion. Instead, all in. Here we go. You can see SHIN is checking. He's trying to figure out what's going on. LunaSea confirms there is still no expansion. Nexus now about to... I mean, it shouldn't be thrown down. Oh, is going to be thrown down here. Gateways are finishing up. And LunaSea, with the arrival of the Prism, should move out. Speaking of, here's our Warp Prism. We should be moving out. Meanwhile, back at home, SHIN, we're on 3 bases. We're on just under 3-base economy with 51 drones. On 5 gases. Building up Roaches, Lings, Ravagers. SHIN, he saw just how late the expansion was. I mean, as far as he knows, there is no expansion. So SHIN is getting ready for the all-in. And here it comes. Here comes that 2-base all-in. Again, fake third behind this. There's no probing going on for LunaSea. It's all or nothing. With adepts, with immortals, Archons, and those force fields. The force fields are going to be a key part of this all-in, but there are Ravagers. That's the problem. Plenty of Ravagers to deal with them. LunaSea looking to move out. SHIN still staying on a low drone count. Did not take a 4th base. That is a little bit concerning, the limited larva that SHIN has. But he does have a robust Roach Ravager army. LunaSea pushing forward. SHIN up. Does get caught out. What is that? 4 or 5 Roaches falling. Not a bad start. That was 6 Roaches even. 6 Roaches go down. SHIN taking it slow. Remember, the longer this game goes on, the better it is for SHIN. There's no rush for the Zerg. Ooh, almost gets the Archon. Archon getting very low. Force Field's looking down a couple more of those Roaches. That's 13 Roaches in total. Like, these have been efficient trades, but remember, there's no third. LunaSea canceled. Wait, it was a fake 3rd base, as we mentioned before. LunaSea did cancel. It's all or nothing for the Protoss. Lings coming from behind. They're going for the sentries. Ooh, the vials do connect. Massive vials. And SHIN is shutting this down. The Prism is coming to save some Immortals if at all possible. But the vials are insane. Sentries go down. The Immortals are saved, but only the Immortals. And even then, there's only enough room for 2. 3rd Immortal does fall. And there's nothing left. Oh, the vials! Oh my god. Calm down. But there's nothing left behind this. We have more adepts being warped in back at home. 2 Immortals remaining. No sentries, no Archons, no 3rd base either. SHIN will confirm the lack of 3rd. Oh my god. Being cheeky with those piles. Won't quite get the Prism. But it started stepping forward. breaking his way through, takes down the Adepts once again. Even sniping some of those pylons. Oof. Yeah, the Immortals go down. GG gets called. There's just nothing left here for LunaSea. SHIN snowballs out of control and will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to the SHIN as it does take the series. Again, SHIN was the favorite player coming into it, but shout out to LunaSea for giving us a wide array of builds here in this best of 3. Game 2 was more straightforward. It was just a 2-base all-in. Game 1 was a little bit more elaborate with the cannon rush into the Tempest, into the ground toss. There were definitely layers to Game 1, but SHIN was all over those layers, and does take the series. GG. GG, well played. Does take the series. And now we can take a moment to go over the bracket and figure out where we are and where we are headed. Okay, one moment here. Beautiful. Okay, exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys would have a look at the bracket yourselves. Let us head on over